Hi friends, in this session I am going to show the demo of how to create, update and delete employee record using functional web programming. So now I am in my employee handler class. So I am going to create one more method to insert the record. So it is public. The return type is mono server response. So I am giving the name as create employee. And the input is server request. So I am going to use server request. So we have to return the mono server response. That's why it's showing compilation error. Just I'll put null for now to resolve the compilation issue. So server request has a method called body to mono that returns mono of the employee. So I'm going to use that method. So I'm going to name as mono employee. Mono employee emp equal to request dot body to mono, and I need to pass the body type, that is employee class, employee dot class. So I have my employee object. To pass it to MongoDB to save, I need the actual entity. So I'm going to use flat map to do the asynchronous processing. So I'm going to use employee dot flat map. So here I will be getting employee instance. So here I'm going to return my server response. So I'm going to use server response OK method, response dot OK, and content type is media application dot JSON. Content type media type is application dot JSON. Application JSON, and body method takes the, I'm going to do my save operation in the body. So it is employee DAO dot save. It returns me the mono entity. So here the actual employee object is R, and for we need to pass for body method flux or mono element. Apart from that, the type of the data, that is employee class. Here it is employee dot class. So unsave. So now I need to add router for this. So I'm going to employee router. So I need to add a router method. So I'm using unroute. I'm going to add one more route to the existing route. Oh, here it missed the path. Let me add the accept type, and accepts request predicate dot has method called accept. Dot accept application JSON, and I need to pass my handler method. Comma handler. So now I'll add my unroute for my create function. Dot unroute. So in this time it is post method. So I'm just copying this entire thing and I'll change according to my method. So it is put post, for insert it is post, and media type is application JSON, and the method is create employee. So I'll save this and I'll start my server. So my application is started. I'll go to Postman and I'll try to insert the record. First I'll check how many records are available in this DB, in this employee. So we have 4 records, Ram, Sita, 2 with Sham. I'm going to insert one more record. This is a post call. The endpoint is localhost/mp. I'm going to name it as Sunil. Age is some 23. Salary is 65,000. And here instead of Spring to generate unique ID, I am giving some random number 1 2 3 4 5. And come. So now I'm going to hit. So the record is inserted successfully and we got that response. So if I go to now get all employees, I should be able to see my record. Yes, the record is inserted. So now I'll show how to create endpoint to delete the record. So in my employee handler, I'll create a method to delete. I'm going to delete by passing the ID. So I'm just going to copy this code and change according to my implementation. So the method is delete employee, and I'm going to delete based on the ID. So I'm using request.path variable method to retrieve the ID, and I'm going to find, this is my delete by ID, which takes the string ID and returns, this time it returns void. Delete operation, if it is successful, it returns void. It will not give any in the reactive world we will be returning void. We have a class called void that is for to know it that everything is went success. If any exception comes, we will not get that void, we will get on error. So I'm going to return server response.ok. My content type is media.application JSON. Here my body is MP and the type is void. It is not employee. So I'm going to save it. Now I need to add a router for this delete function. So I'm coming here. I'm going to write one more unroute. So I'm going just copying this content and change accordingly. So here it is delete. The pattern is emp/id, that is path variable /employee/id, and it accepts application JSON content, and the method is handler method is delete employee. So I need to change it to delete employee by ID. So let's save and restart my server. My server is started. We have 2 records of Sham, so I want to delete one record. So I'm going to Postman, I'm passing that ID and clicking send. So everything went success, so it's giving 200. Okay, we are not getting any response because it is void type. if I come to my get employees, now I should not be able to get 2 sham records. I should get only 1. Yes, it worked. Now I'm going to show how to update my existing employee object. So I'll come to handler. I'll create a method for update employee. This is update employee. So for update employee, first I need to find the existing record which is there in the database based on the ID, whatever we are passing as part of path variable. Once the record is, we have retrieved the record, we have to update that existing record which is there in the DB with the body whatever we are getting. So we have one mono server request has a body to mono through which we are able to retrieve our body object. So mono employee emp equal to request to body to mono, which returns me the employee mono object. So we need to pass the type of body, so it is employee class. So first thing is we have to update that record. So this employee object, I'll do flat map so that I'll get actual instance of the employee instead of mono employee. So I'm using flat map because it works in asynchronous way. Employee E inside this, first I want to get my employee record, which current employee which is there in DB based on ID. So I'm going to retrieve that. So emp DAO dot find by ID. With that I am able to retrieve my current employee object. This is mono current employee. So this employee object I need to update. Even here it is a mono, so I need actual employee instance, so I need to do flat map on this so that I'll get the actual entity. Employee current employee dot flat map. Here I am using T. T is holding my current employee object. So what I am going to do here is, first I need to set the values. T dot set name, current employee dot flat map, first I'll add return so that compilation issues will go. Return current employee, flat map. T dot set age equal to E dot get age. Whatever the body, from body we are retrieving the age, I am going to set it to that. And T dot set salary equal to E dot salary get salary. Similarly name also I am going to update in case if we are passing name. Set name equal to e dot get name. Return. Here I am going to save this object to db, so dot save entity t. So it didn't mean the current employee. In this flat map, I'll add a return because I want to return the updated employee, not the old one. So I'll add return here. So this is my updated employee. So mono updated employee equal to updated employee equal to emp.flatmap first I'm iterating my body employee object. Inside that I'm finding my current record which is there in the DB, then I'm saving into database. Now I have mono employee object. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do flat map on that updated employee. Updated employee flat map. Inside this I'm going to return my server response. So server response dot OK dot body. Sorry, I have to add content type because we are going to return the data. Content type is application.json, so media type is application JSON. In the body inserter, here E1 is my actual entity, it's not mono, so we need to pass mono object. So what I'm doing, body method we can pass body extra inserters, so I'm going to use that body inserters dot from object that converts the object to mono object. So I'm using from object. In that I'm passing my actual entity. If it is not there, no, if the ID is not there, I want to return not found. So I'm just adding not found. If it is there, if the updated employee is not empty, I'm going to pass that. If it is empty, I'm going to give 404. So now I'll come to my router class. I want to add my route, so I'm just copying this and change according to my implementation. Control Z. Control C. So here it is. For update I'm using put. So put, and the path is same /employee/id, and I'm expecting application JSON, and my handler method is update employee. So it is update employee. So I'll save this and I'll start my application again. So my server is started. So I'll go to Postman. We have 4 employees. Maybe I'll take this employee Sunil and I'll try to update his age, salary and name I'll keep as it is. I'll change age and salary. So here it is, put method, and body is application/json. It accepts application JSON body. ID is, I have to pass it as part of path variable. Name I'm not changing. Age I'm changing to 33, and salary I'm changing to 1,65,000. So I'm going to hit this endpoint. So we got 200. OK, and the record is updated. Let me go to get call and see whether it is updated or not. See, now for Sunil the age is 33 and salary is 1,65,000. If I pass something which is not there, ID, we should get 404. Yeah, I got 404. So it was working as expected. So with this we are able to complete all CRUD operations using functional web programming. In my previous session I have showed how to do spring-boot-starter-webflux REST endpoints using REST controller. The difference is, in the functional programming we are having handler and router. Inside router function we can give all the routes. It should not be a single handler. We can add multiple handlers and we can provide the routes in one class itself. But in the REST controller, for each controller we need to add that get mapping. Let me go to that REST class. So for each controller, each method we need to add that routes. That's it. That is the difference. Thank you friends. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel.